weather team.
All right, two big weather stories. Of course, the storm we just dealt with today, the strong winds, and of course some significant rain for southeastern North Carolina, and the storm that we're going to deal with, the wintry storm that we're going to deal with by the middle of the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the rainfall totals across the area. Atkinson doing pretty well. A little more rain this time around, 1.27 inches of rain, and you can also see Whiteville, Bladenboro, and Carolina Beach all recording more than 1 inch of rain, pretty close to an inch of rain in Dublin. That, of course, is in Duplin County, Burgaw, 85, 107 inch of rain. And even here, you can see most spots over a half inch. Southport right at a half inch. Leland, 56, 107 inch of rain. One of the smaller totals, Surf City at 41 100s. Castle Hayne checking in with 37 107 inch of rain. But the rain is over at this point. First alert digital Doppler is quiet. In fact, colder and drier air in the process of sweeping into southeastern North Carolina. But you can see a pretty intense line of thunderstorms working its way across the Carolinas. We actually had quite a few reports of wind damage. This was a very intense line, but it kind of weakened right as it hit I-95. In fact, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings in central and western portions of North and South Carolina. But by the time the storms got here, we really didn't see the warnings, but we certainly saw the very strong wind gusts. In fact, take a look at this. Look at all the reports of wind damage and trees down across North and South Carolina. This is a very potent storm. Of course, we know really bad weather in portions of Tennessee and Kentucky, but that line really did weaken by the time it got here. We were briefly under a severe thunderstorm watch, but as that line of storms weakened, pushing into southeastern North Carolina, we saw the severe thunderstorm watch quickly canceled. Now we're back to drier weather, mostly clear skies, a low of 35 degrees. A little bit on the breezy side, too. Wouldn't be surprised to see some wind chill values dipping down into the 20s by tomorrow morning. So back to wintry conditions on your President's Day. Sunny skies, a high of 53 degrees. If you happen to have the day off, you don't have to worry about rain, but northwest winds continuing at about 10 miles per hour, so crisp breezes certainly on tap. All right. Let's talk about the winter storm to come. That's going to, of course, occur on Wednesday as you begin to see the freezing line. That's that pink line right here approaching southeastern North Carolina, but likely staying just to the north. Still looks like primarily a cold rain event for us here in southeastern North Carolina, but at least some computer models do suggest that freezing line could make its way to the I-95 corridor, possibly crossing Bladen County and maybe even towards the tail end of the event, crossing into a lot of southeastern North Carolina. So while we still think this is primarily going to be a cold rain event, it is a little more possible that at least some significant icing is possible in parts of southeastern North Carolina. Let's show you two different scenarios. The European model, more bullish on the possibility of ice here in southeastern North Carolina. Look at that, maybe even significant icing as you get up into Bladen County. Not much ice here in Wilmington, but on the other hand, we're not saying ice is a given by any stretch of the imagination. This is the American model, the GFS model, and it really kind of shows most of the ice staying off to the north. So primarily cold rain, but a little bit of sleet or freezing rain not out of the question. So 53 tomorrow for President's Day. Again, mainly a cold rain on Wednesday, but we may dip below freezing towards the tail end of the event. So a little ice here in Wilmington, not out of the realm of possibility. Cold at the end of the week, highs in the 40s. Look at 22 on Friday morning, and a slow warming trend heading into the weekend.
Country music star Eric Church